Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying your weekend. And this is a weekly series of peaceful weekend investing to do analysis on the market, macros, and the stocks which are setting up nicely. So I'm going to cover all of these threes, and we go through first as a macro view, second is the sectoral view, and third being we go through some of the stocks which I've shortlisted so you can benefit from that. And I hope you're enjoying these videos which I'm sharing, and you watched the video which I shared yesterday about how to calculate your investment returns like a pro. So if you haven't watched that, I will share the link on the somewhere in the video here so that you can watch that as well after this video and benefit from that. So let's get started. Before I go into the video, just make sure that you make a note of it. It's 27th of August 2023 when I'm recording this video, and make sure you read the disclaimer of the stocks we are discussing. There should not be any action or buy and sell. It's more of education purposes. So let's get started. So first thing first, let's look at what's happening with Nifty. All right, and Nifty has been in downtrend, as you can see. For last 5 weeks, it is downward trend. And if you look at the stocks, that is making higher highs. So there's always action on specifically on mid cap and small cap segment. But overall, from index, it is you can see whichever the stocks which are there, they're either in downward trend or in sideways. So there is not much of action. There could be some bounce back, but at this point, when I'm looking on a daily chart and this line which I've drawn, you can see here. Sorry, let me grab this. Let me delete this line. Okay, so that you get. I'm just making it bigger. So when I'm looking at it, this was a swing low, and this black line you can see here, and this week it's just tad bit not close below that. So let's see if there's a bounce back comes in or it close below, then it will be negative from me. From that will be negative point of view, because then you can see it can go further down to 1800, 500 levels where it finds another support. Let's see what happens. The way my trend is on this particular thing is I am more specifically looking at the stocks, not specifically on Nifty. And most of the time, my strategy is to um, acc- accumulate all the Nifty Bs as when the market is in downward trend or it is on the sideways. And I've shared that in my Telegram channel. So you can join my Telegram channel where I keep sharing a lot of information what I'm doing as part of strategy. So I think at that point when it was in downward trend here, I was having a SIP mode on Nifty Bs, and I've been accumulating it till before it started making a high and then stopped it there. And I will restart that journey every time it is going up, because even though it is in downward trend, for me the view is very positive. And you have to look at it, if you're optimistic about overall trend, then you should use this opportunity to accumulate all those ETFs and the best prices. And if you look at it, view is always going to be going up, 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 and up. So you don't miss this trend, is what I'm trying to say. And whenever you see this kind of trend, this kind of downward trend in monthly chart, this is the time you should activate your SIPs and get maximum advantage to it. I am not a believer of keep turning the SIPs regardless of what market conditions are. Being an slightly active and passive, I can use this knowledge for your betterment. So that is what something I want to share with you. So I don't see a major hurdle at the moment. It's just one red bar. If you look at a monthly time frame, so you can see, a couple of more months, or it could be sideways. Time will tell. But again, I we will see the analysis, and we'll do every week analysis and take it, overall trend view. At this point, it is the trend is still positive and nothing to worry about it. Bank Nifty, I'm again doing a monthly analysis. Again, the same thing. It has formed a one downward bar so far, and if you go in a weekly thing, so it has slightly closed on the positive note. We'll see how it goes and whether there'll be a bounce back comes in. But I did close my some of my trades, which are short term trades, which I was there on some of the banks. I just want to make sure that I'm getting into the next week cleanly, in terms of I don't want to have any kind of downward because I have my very strict stop losses, especially on the trading side of the portfolio, not largely from the long term point of view, but trading point of view. So that's why I kind of close my position, and I'm going to start afresh with the fresh take from next week. India wakes, I think there is a slightly bit increase because weeks is about telling you what is the fear and greed. So at this point, there is some bit of fear which has come in, but nothing major as such. Because if it's below 12, I think it's considered as people are enjoying the party. If it goes up, that means there is fear in the street. So far it is looking okay. Um, BTC again, these are the I've been doing regular thing because this is very very important for me. Though I don't recommend investing in crypto, but it is important to understand. And these are all lines I have drawn way before. I've been sharing in my channel, so you must have watched the video. If not, you can see here. I've been observing every week Bitcoin and understanding what's going on. And you can see here it was setting up so nicely. I thought it might give you a, you know expansion towards upside or downside. It has to happen because it was forming those kind of small bars, and then finally it gave a breakdown here. I still feel that Bitcoin rally will come at some point, but I don't know when. But there'll be near term, pain in the Bitcoin and the crypto market, and we'll see how far it goes. I think if I see 20,000 levels, I'll not be surprised here. So the next line, and as you see, black line is where the key support is. Let's see. I will keep tracking on it. I don't want to do any kind of future looking guidance here because that's not what we do in this channel. We're just trying to understand, try to make our journey more peaceful, and when whatever we are investing in, we want to make sure the journey is stress free because there's so much going on. We want to have a clear method based and objective based investing rather than being subjective around it and no tips based. So that is the whole idea of this channel. So let's look at Dow Jones here, and again, the U.S. market has slightly gone into negative territory for a couple of weeks now. We're looking at weekly chart, but nothing major as a structural has changed. Nasdaq triple Q after fall there has been some bit of recovery again because there is a risk of the rate hike might come in, so that's what market is factoring in. But again, charts are sacrosanct for me, and that will tell you everything. And we just follow that process and try and blend the fundamental aspect of it. That's why we do this analysis, because I'm not a pure play technical investor. I do look at technical and fundamental. Certain portion of my investing strategy is purely on technicals as well, but overall I look at blending of both technical and fundamentals. Spy, again, there it is also. You can see these are lines. As long as it's respecting that, that's great. 10-year yield has slightly, softened a bit, but again, it is what up as it moving up. You can see there was a bit of an worry about you. That means it tells you that there'll be rate hike further coming in at least, and there's a consensus being built, not at least near term, but in next next to next review meeting, which is probably will be, I think, in my view, at this point, it looks like it's peaking up, and but God only knows. I don't have any debt specifically for people who are have taken the housing loan or any specific loan. They are definitely under stress with these rate hikes. So that's what I can hear from my friends around it. But I hope to see the cycle turn, and then there will be again view of market going higher highs. US dollar AUD, I keep looking at it because I'm based in Sydney as well. So I track US market, India market, and Australian market. So I keep look at it. Maybe most of my viewers, if you are interested in, you can put in comment box below so that I can share more views separately in the video. USD INR, again, there this is a bit of a breather because it was, as you can see, this is the key lines which are tracking. The more, if it was going on higher side, then there's chances that there'll be correction. There is some bit of correlation between the USD INR versus the stock market, and if it is going higher, that means there's a demand, and that would lead further correction. Now there was some bit of intervention or something. I don't know about from RBI, but the it touched this line and went back and closed at 82.617. Let's see how it goes, whether it's going to stay in this channel and then go up higher. Time will tell. We'll keep reviewing it. And next week, we're going to do further analysis on this. XJO, this is a stock market, the index similar to Nifty in Australia, and it is completely on sideways as you can see here. And if you say this technical analysis doesn't work, it is in front of you right now. I drew this line, yellow line, and you can see stock, it just went up and after that it corrected. So it does give me a good indication of what exactly is happening. And I will be only bullish if it goes above and closes that at least for 1 or 2 weeks before I can start making my positive views on the stocks here. So that's the overall macro analysis of what I track, which are the key ones. Again, one thing which you probably might want to also track is a FANG plus index, which is kind of top 10 um, NY FANG. So this is, if you don't know this, this is basically FANG stocks, and all the FANG is basically Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, Google, and then it adds up other some of the other four key ones like you have in this case Tesla and some of the stocks from Chinese stock market. They all kind of created a separate index called NY FANG, and you can search this up by NYFANG, NYFANG, and then you can track this also, because I've recently added that because I learned it. I said, okay, it's a good to track it because that way you get a good sense of what's going on there. So you can see nice base formation happening on the weekly chart, and let's see if there's a recovery comes in. But if that comes in, I more would look at more individual stocks in US market. So that's one. So that's about the macro view. That's the first part of the of our video today. Let's go into some of the indexes. We'll rush through on that. I don't want to make the video long, but overall, I'm just having a slightly cautious approach, and I'm going only stock specific approach at the moment because I don't want to be being into heavy invested on some of the stocks. When there is some correction, I want to use some of the cash, so I've taken some cash off the table here. And so let's look at CNX metal, because some of the sectors which I am kind of was tracking very closely was PSU. Again, this was the levels which I was tracking for PSU, and it is going on sideways. Nothing to worry, it's still in this box. So that's the accumulation zone, and then targets which are there on the weekly basis, which we do. So this is where I still see this. There's a strength in PSU baskets, so keep a track on PSU baskets overall. But I reduce my positions a bit because I just want to make sure that you know. Again, I'm playing the theme of PSU banks in the basket form rather than just individual stocks. If I had specific trading positions, I've closed it just and I'll get the better view next week. Reality is another one which you have to keep closely watch. As you can see, last time I said if it closes above and stays, then it will be very positive. The line you can see here, there's a line. Let me make it a big so that you get a better picture. So this line which we drew last time, and it is kind of it's still looking very positive on the charts here. I think you have to keep tracking individual stocks, and I'm going to talk about one stock which has doubled from what last time we covered, and from the reality sector. This is what happens when you are in the right sectors, and you'll be surprised that how much it works so beautifully if you know the sectors. Then you, or you can do other way around as well, because earlier I used to go to sectors and look at the stocks. Now I do other way around. I look at which stocks are doing better, and then accordingly build my view on that sector. So that way at least I'm ahead of curve from others, because that is giving me chances to be building positions earlier than the market. And that is the analysis which I do as part of my weekend analysis of peaceful weekend analysis or the blueprint. Nifty Junior, and that's still going on sideways. That's fine. Auto, which has given phenomenal gain, going on sideways, so nothing to worry. I think auto is a leader in the pack. Let's see how long it goes in. But certain stocks like Talbot or some of the stocks which we have discussed, or I keep sharing my views on the trading view. If you haven't, do follow me here, because that way at least you get a chance. And also follow me. You can search for Compounding Central. That's what the name which I got it, and you can follow me here because I keep sharing a lot of charts doing real time as well. And trading view is easier, and also on the Telegram as well, so that if you follow me there, I'll share you, and you can only for education purposes. Small cap, look at that. This is crazy. This has just gone one way up, and this is a weekly chart. Okay, and now you tell me what would happen if you understand this and analysis. Ever since it's come out of this red box, it has just gone one way up, and stocks have doubled, tripled in no time. And that's the reason why you have to understand the indexes, and that's what we do here, right? And power, it's going sideways, that's fine. Commodity is also in the sideways. Mid cap, that's another way. That's where the action is, guys. It's small cap and mid cap stocks, and you can see that's all like buzzing at the moment. So that's pretty much. And let's look at the PSC as well, and it's on the side. So PSC, because after um, uh, Mr. Modi's speech, I think there is a lot of traction on the PSC, but we will not go by the news, will go by the reality. And I think some government stocks or the PSC stocks are really doing very well for themselves. So yeah, that's about the indexes. I hope you're enjoying the video. If you are, give a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell, and also share with your friends and family. It'll help the YouTube algorithm, and also like-minded people can join our peaceful weekend investing mission, which I'm up to. Okay, so now let's go into some of the stocks which I think is interestingly set up. First thing first, I mentioned to you about Anantraj. Now, now look at this chart. Okay, you must be seeing this chart has stupendous gain, almost 100% up. Now, I shared my view on December 30th, 2022. You can see here. That's why I said you follow me here, because I share a lot of views here. And I did mention, is a good time to invest in Anantraj? Question mark. Because I gave my analysis the breakout from 2009, which was multi-year breakout. And after that, the stock has never looked back. I was looking at 160 as a target. It has gone past and it's gone 211.95. This is all-time high of this stock. Now I will review this. That's the reason I'm reviewing it, because it has gone beyond, my levels, and I think I want to make sure that it is, you know, it is crossing up from here. So it's a leader in the pack in the reality sector. So you have to look at that. So volume. So I would have looked at more volumes here, but that's the reason why I covered this for today. No recommendation. I'm just sharing with you the powerful nature of doing their techno funda analysis of the stocks. After this breakout, the stock has never looked back, and it is just going up in one direction. This is a weekly chart. If you look at daily, and you might see, after the breakout, there was a correction and there's a big. You, this is normal, because this is not an abnormal behavior, because people who bought at the breakout, they're just booking the profits here. And as you can see here, the volume and the bar just taken out straight away in one bar itself, and then there was no looking back, and it's just going up. And that is what is important to understand the psychology of investing. And rather than just panicking, if somebody would have panicked here, would have not seen this gain at all whatsoever, right? So that's one. So let's look at the stocks which are there. Some interesting one. Balaji Telefilm, it's a small cap stock, but I think the kind of volume accumulation happening here, I have drawn this line. Again, guys, no recommendations. I'm just looking at stocks and understanding what's going on. There's a lot of volume build-up, and stock has gone from nowhere, from 40 rupees straight away to 66 and 68. But there is a big resistance which is coming up. I want to see whether it takes off, or it is going to be again a reversal from there. So I'm not going to buy, but I'll keep that in my radar. Nelcast, again, Nelcast is coming in my radar because it is hitting all time highs. Look at this. After this two resistance, it is gone and closed this, and this is like a huge, massive candle, and this is solid. So it tells you there's a lot of buying happening, follow-up buying happening. Again, I will wait for the retest and see whether there is still buying interest here and try to understand about the company, what's happening and what's changing in this company overall. But the right time to buy the stock would have been close to 98 or two digits. That way you would been early in the game. But nevertheless, because it's going all time high, you have to respect that, because market participants know better than what I or you would know it. So you have to respect that and then take the analysis from there on. And consider this, because if stock has gone all time high, there's a lot of buying interest. There has to be reason for it. You have to understand the reason, build the conviction, and start building your positions based on that. Again, when I'm saying the building a position, it's just from learning point of view, not asking to buy and sell. So keep that in mind, please. This is what I would think. Boscon Engineering, again, this stock also came in radar because of the same phenomenon. It is like it is after the rounding base from 2017. It's just gave a nice breakout. There's a bit of a wick, but that's fine. Um, I want to see and keep this in my radar, because all the engineering construction sector stocks are in a fashion, as they would say, and has been given huge returns. So we want to be in the right side of the market. And you have Snyder, which is also all-time high. And reason why I picked up this stock is not because on the weekly chart, specifically on the daily chart, right? And now I'm explaining you this new concept. Is when I look at this, there's some kind of sideways consolidation, right above the upper half of this solid candle. That means stock is getting ready for the next leg of rally. And for me, that is a sign for you to get in and try and see whether stock is ready to go up. But there are certain other rules which I follow, but I want to show you this as an example that what's happening here. For last almost like 6 or 7 candles or 7 days, it has been in this range, very narrow range. So it's kind of compression which is happening, and it can expand from here, because stock market everything goes contraction, expansion, contraction, expansion, and then consolidation. So you have to look at that. So it could be a part of the continuation pattern to go up next week. So I'm going to check that up and see and validate that, and I'll share that in my Telegram channel what the view is. But I'm kind of looking for, again, most of the engineering sectors stocks are doing well. So but I have to look at further, and it's because it's already gone up, from here, which are the levels. It's almost 100% up. So I want to, if I don't like the stocks which are going up too fast. If it's consolidating, going up, that means it's a good sign. Parag Milk, again, this stock, you can see reason why I picked up this particular stock is it is for it has crossed above IPO low month, price month. So on the IPO time, it was that month it made a low. I actually put this as myself a reminder. The low which was formed was 201.75, and it is first time after that it has crossed above that and closed at 20350, which is significant. And look at the volume build up down. You tells the story by itself. The stock is crossing its IPO month, and with a long volume build up, something's cooking, needs to study and keep in radar. That's why it made it to my short list. And Electrocast is electrosteel cast. Again, it is breaking out nicely with a big volume. You can see here. So these are some of the stocks which are there, and it is also going up the key resistance line as well. Again, this is small cap, so and two digits, so it can move very fast. And I want to make sure that you understand this. There's no recommendation. I hope this video helped you understanding of how you pick up the stocks, look at right side of the market, and understand the technicals, the support and resistance, and build up your analysis based on fundamental theory as we start building the position up. That's how I do it, because that way I am on the right side of the market first and building the positions, and also learning about the company more and more and building their conviction. Because then for me, first money has to start moving up or in my direction, and then that way at least I'll get more conviction towards read it, because I can't read all the stocks in the market because I track three markets personally, and so it is that's the way it works for me. So that was all techno fund analysis for these some of the shortlist stocks, which I'll continue doing next week and share more of it in the coming videos. I want to know from you, first of all, if you're staying till the end, thank you so much being associated with the channel. And I want to know what did you learn from this video as such, and what video you want to do more of it. Do you want me to do this analysis every week? Please type in comment box below so that it gets also encourages me that you're getting value from this analysis. Till next video, bye bye, and have a peaceful weekend investing.